In Austin, I'm Quita Culpepper. Texas lawmakers are one step closer to eliminating the STAR test. State representatives voted to replace the high-stakes end-of-year assessment with 3 exams throughout the year. House Bill 8 repeals the STAR test starting in the 2027-28 school year. It replaces it with 3 tests given at the beginning, middle, and end of the year. Results will come back within 48 hours. Republican State Representative Brad Buckley of Salado filed that bill, and he says it limits benchmark tests and improves the accountability system.
Members, this bill addresses every single point that districts raised in their lawsuits against the state and offers other important changes to assessment and accountability that has been brought to me by teachers, district leaders, parents, and members on this floor.
Now, some Democrats do have concerns. State Representative Diego Bernal of San Antonio wanted to hold off on voting and have a commission work out a new accountability system.
But it's clear that most people on the floor don't understand it. And they not only do they not understand it, but they either don't understand or don't care what it would do to the lived experience of kids like mine and yours when they go back to school.
Lawmakers struck down that idea, and the bill ultimately passed, largely along party lines. House Bill 8 now heads to the Senate. A construction company is facing consequences nearly 4 years after a deadly trench collapse. On October 23, 2021, employees of D. Guerra Construction were installing a water waste line for a new subdivision in southern Travis County when the trench collapsed. Juan Jose Galvan Batalla was buried and died from his injuries a week later. The Travis County District Attorney's Office announced the company Batalla was working for pled guilty to assault causing bodily injury. As part of the pre-sentencing conditions, the company will have to implement safety training, create a process for reporting anonymous safety concerns, and hire an independent safety monitor. If they meet those requirements over the next 15 months, they may be able to avoid fines. A man is charged with trespassing after breaking into an animal shelter. Surveillance video from Austin Pets Alive's downtown shelter on August 14th shows the suspect letting dozens of dogs loose. Shelter staff say some of them got into fights with each other, leading to one of the dogs dying. The day after the break-in, Austin police told us they identified the suspect, and records show 38-year-old Jacob Bender was booked into the Travis County Jail on August 20th. He remains there now. APD's Animal Cruelty Unit is investigating, and Bender could face additional charges. With a new semester in full swing at UT, officials are stepping up safety measures in a neighborhood at the heart of the university. Kelsey Sanchez explains.
In West Campus, across the street from UT, there's a sea of students trying to get to their 11 a.m. class. And while they're starting the fall semester, university leaders and police officials are starting a new West Campus patrol district with roughly 24 dedicated officers, hitting the streets where so many undergraduates live.
This is not a temporary initiative. It is the future state of public safety in West Campus.
As students walk in and out of West Campus, they'll see more patrol on bikes, carts, and UT police vehicles. Previously, patrol varied on a day-to-day basis and only covered a portion of West Campus. Now it will expand. Patrol originally stopped at Rio Grande Street. It now extends to North Lamar Boulevard.
I mean, I was happy before, but I think the more patrol, the better. Like, we're young and we're, especially being a female, like in a downtown area.
The dedicated patrol officially began earlier this month and is a partnership between the UT Police Department and the Austin Police Department. For some students, a more permanent layer of safety is welcomed.
It's really important. I know that we have maybe a little bit of problem with homelessness and things like that, and so it's great that they're taking measures to ensure their safety and continue to ensure our safety.
While others believe it's a double-edged sword.
The only issue is that could come with the sense of intimidation on students, which, you know, you give or take when you come with safety. So I think more or less, or more so, is good.
Officials say the officers from both police departments will cross-train with each other, adding an extra skill set to keep these college kids safe. In West Campus, Kelsey Sanchez, KVUE News.
Leander ISD now has its own police department. Its new chief, along with other department leadership and officers, were sworn in on Friday. Officers will be assigned to specific campuses or patrol areas throughout the district. They'll be trained in active shooter response, bomb threat procedures, and other policing strategies. Leander ISD's Board of Trustees started the process to create a police department back in 2023. It was a response to a law that requires school districts to have armed security on every campus. Concrete barriers on 6th Street are getting a colorful makeover designed to brighten the block and boost safety in the district. Local businesses are now weighing in on the new changes downtown, and some believe it's hurting foot traffic. Brianna Perez explains.
Local artists turning concrete barriers into art.
These 3 lines are like guitar strings or people making their way around the city.
As part of the 6th Street safety plan, the city of Austin reopened the road to car traffic in January and set up water barriers. But in June, they opted for more permanent upgrades. That's where Emily Eisenhart comes in.
Part of my role as an artist is being a storyteller, and part of my role as a designer is solving challenges. So how can we make these sort of barricades and barriers actually welcoming and interesting to the community?
She's painting those structures to beautify them. APD says having barriers up has led to fewer arrests and use of force incidents.
You hear less about brawls and fighting in the middle of the street. And unfortunately, I think those barriers are the best idea that they can come up with.
Jesse Fortney, owner of Narbar, says he'd like to see the city do more to crack down on nuisance businesses on 6 where crime happens. But these barriers are a start.
It's not what I wanted to see, but I think it's the best thing that they can come up with right now.
While some business owners say the concrete barriers are a step in the right direction, others say it's contributing to a drop in customers. They say that while painting them does help to a certain extent, overall they feel it is uninviting and hurting business.
The Downtown Austin Alliance says these changes are meant to make 6th Street an 18-hour district where visitors can enjoy Austin safely.
6th Street will always be the place to come and have a good time, and none of the efforts that are happening will take away from that. I think that the expectation that we can have fun in a place that isn't, quote, dirty should be welcome.
In downtown Austin, Brianna Perez, KVUE News.
And those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Quita Culpepper.